This video may seem a little repetitive, but I just want to make sure we understand how Paul organizes all this material together. I think that's important. So he says, after a decently long introductory paragraph, he says, this is the thing that I want to ask God to do in your lives. It's like the big reveal moment. What's he going to ask God to do in the lives of the Philippians? And he says, I want your love to increase more and more and more, as we've seen. And then we saw in the last set of videos how their love increases. Their love increases through knowing something. But it's not just memorization or data or information, that kind of thing. He says through all kinds of knowing and understanding. And he uses terminology, the two words he uses to refer to knowing through experience, relationships, emotions. We said it was sense data and sensations and even sensualism. All of this is included in what Paul says when he describes the knowing, the full, broad, all kinds of knowing experience that he wants the Philippians to have. And he says, this is how that their love will grow. But we need to let the ambiguity of these two ideas, these two terms, live a little bit. That's okay. I mentioned this briefly in the previous video, but we know something about them. The way Paul structures this, they are a repeat of something he said earlier. They're in parallel, as we've said about several different parts of Paul's writing. He often uses parallels or repetitions, or you can say that again moments. These repeat the phrase koinonia of the gospel or koinonia of grace. You remember that koinonia means a relationship or shared experience or shared anything in some ways, shared benefits. And so there's something that Paul is suggesting that they need to go deeper in their understanding of that's related to the koinonia of the gospel and the koinonia of grace. But it's more than just developing an accurate theological statement. Paul is calling the Philippians and us who read the book of Philippians into a deeper, intimate experience of not just the ideas of the gospel and grace, but the person who gives us grace and the person that this good news, this great story is all about.